Emberworks is a feature in InfiniTea that is basically an economy and trading feature. It's quite robust and it does have some interesting capabilities that I want to share with you. In particular, it has cross-server functionality, so users can obtain items in your community, and then they can transfer those items to other communities if they want. In addition to that, they can earn globally across InfiniTea's network embers from any community and bring them back to your community and spend them within your community. So it's a very fun way for people to be able to interact with the community even when they're not there. The way that this functions is pretty straightforward. You can enable the options up here, so you can allow some of the or disallow some of the economy features for sending items or currency, enabling or disabling the store, or allowing or disallowing trading within your community. You can also turn off Emberworks as a whole if you do not want it to run at all. Down here you'll see that there is a catalog. These are global items of cataloged items. And these items here are XP boosts. Only the global items are allowed to be traded outside of your community and usable outside of your community. For example, a user could come in here and purchase some of these items and use them elsewhere. These are XP boosts for different activity types. However, I do want to note that some of these activity types require a subscription to be active. For example, community rep, engagement, and staff rep all require an active subscription. InfiniTea, if you'd love to support us, we would greatly appreciate that. We've tried to make our subscription packages as affordable as humanly possible. If for some reason you can't afford it, feel free to reach out to me. I'm a nice guy and I'm willing to help people out if you're willing to give me some feedback on InfiniTea. That aside, you can enable these features to be available. You cannot customize these in any way. However, there are server items that you can configure specifically for your server. Notably, you can create your own XP boosts that are locked to your server and only usable within your server. So for example, I created this full activity 2x XP boost that lasts 2 hours. And users can purchase this directly in my community. The interface for this is pretty straightforward. You can create a role item or an XP boost directly from here and fill out all of the options and set the activity types it applies to from here. Once you've configured that, that's pretty much all there is to it. There's nothing extra that you need to do. However, I do want to draw your attention to the leaderboards because the leaderboards do have the Emberworks available on them. So you can see here, I can see Emberworks here, and there is a leaderboard for lifetime balance, lifetime earned, as well as lifetime spent leaderboards for this. In addition, the Emberworks functionality is directly tied to the giveaway system. So you can do giveaways for Emberworks items as well as various other things. You can charge people embers to enter into your giveaways. This is useful so you can control like who can enter into giveaways and different things like that. I'll talk about giveaways in a separate video. You can click the giveaway section and select the help button at the bottom right to get more information about giveaways. However, hopping over into Discord, I want to show you some of the functionality related with Emberworks. So I can type /hub, let me see, or balance, excuse me. Balance shows my Emberworks panel, and this allows me to send embers or content to a specific member. For example, I could choose Fex, and I could send a balance, or I could send items that I've collected to her if I wanted to. In addition, you can see some of the economy statistics here. You can trade with other members similarly to sending. However, this sends a trade request, and you'll see that there's a trade with treasury option, which we'll talk about that here in just a moment. You can also donate items directly to a treasury if you wish. The treasury is basically your server's Emberworks content. History shows all of the transaction history, and then refresh just updates this view. Inventory shows the items that have been collected and their current status. So you can see I got this one 3 days ago. There's one from 18 days ago. And from this page here, I can activate this if I want to get this XP boost for messaging, sending messages. It's really cool. You can also just straight up delete the item if you so wish, which I just sent that one to the void. Hopping back over to the hub, you can quickly pull up the leaderboard to view the Ember leaderboard for current, lifetime, or spent. But this is also directly tied into the leaderboard function here. So you can see that there could be embers here, but I currently have them disabled in my server specifically for the purposes of having it available there in the hub. And then finally, the treasury option is your server's snapshot. So your server has its own independent inventory. Anytime you do a giveaway from users can purchase those items, and the embers go directly into the server's coffers, and the server can purchase items either from the global store or from the server store if they so wish, and then trade those out to other people if they want to. Again, that functionality is cross-server, with the exception of these custom items that you define yourself. And that's it for Emberworks.